We shall see.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Cheers, guys.
Welcome back to another episode, Half Quarter Hangout on Grow For Show. Just me and Schwoop here again today. We would love to have some people join on. So anyone in the chat who wants to join in, please do so. And there's no one there yet, so I will say that again later.
I'll be throwing the pin up there in a second.
All right.
Gotta get through all the stuff. My kids have destroyed my computer. So how's your
Right.
life going, man?
Not bad, man. Not bad at all. Just kind of running the days. Cheers, Aldi. Thanks
Cheers,
for
Ollie.
hopping in.
Oh, kitty.
Nothing new happening. Garden is on. Cheers, Dan. Garden's kind of just in limbo. We got drying, we got trimming, we got vegging. Cheers, Lori. Cheers, Perp. Welcome, everybody. If anybody wants to jump on the show today, we're going to post the link up in the chat. This is a no topic hangout. We're just chilling for an hour.
It is pinned. Password is G4S. If I'm not mistaken, Thunder Dan had a birthday pass not too long ago. Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Dan.
If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that one. So did you get that stuff trimmed up or
Yeah, I've been working on it, taking my time. I had a friend come over the first night and give me a hand. He was interested to see what it looks like, to see what weed looks like when it's, you know, he'd never seen it growing before, and then he wanted to see what the process is like, and he, how does it get to a bag, you know? So I brought him over. We trimmed a couple plants up together, spent a few hours talking about it, told him how he was amazed that, like, it took me 4 months to get there, you know, flowering time.
yeah.
And then not 4 months, 3 and a bit, 9 weeks. Anyway, sorry, 2 and a bit. Plus all the veg time. It's close to 4 months. That's why I was said 4 months the first time. Anyway, long story short is I was telling him about how long it takes, and then that, you know, I cut the plants down, and they've been hanging for 2 weeks, getting to this point where we can dry, trim, and then from now I said it's still going to be 2-3 weeks before I start smoking it. I mean, I'll smoke here and there a little bit. I took one little jar of some just so I stopped smoking the other crap that I've been smoking. Because even though it's not cured,
Little
it
jar.
still tastes better. Yeah. Little jar, yeah.
Little jar.
Yeah. Even though it's not cured, it still tastes better than that other stuff.
Yep.
But you know, I went over the whole process, and he was like, "What? It takes that long?" And I said, "Yeah, I mean, for me, yeah, that's where it gets to."
Yeah, it is not an overnight process.
No, definitely.
Cheers,
isn't.
Uncle Rick.
Cheers, Rick. So I got a little more than I got like 2-3 plants worth of material left to trim up. So I trimmed up 6 already.
Nice. Cheers, Green Goddess.
Cheers. Cheers, everyone.
This is your 4-minute warning for 420 on the West Coast. Cuz is beating you to it.
I'm gonna warm it up. I'll show you what you're preparing to do in 4 minutes.
After you're done there, you should let us know what you're puffing on there. For their show is smoking on some of that Space Force from the last grow. Came up pretty nice. I find the longer it sits, the more funky it gets.
Right
up my alley.
We were talking about that a little before the show, letting weeds sit long periods of time, and that's part of my dilemma right now. I would love to hear anybody has any good, what's their favorite way to store weed for longer periods of time. I grow for myself personally, and I keep my own weed, and it usually stays around for a longer period of time. And I don't know, I kind of struggle to keep it for longer than about 6 months and still really enjoying it. I've had bad experience with the Bovida packs where I feel like it robbed me of flavor, or sometimes it left my weed almost too moist. I don't know. So I stopped using them, and it's been quite a while that I haven't used one, and I bought a little package of them here again. I want to try again. I'm gonna try some different techniques this time. I did some reading up about them, and their purpose is more for like a cigar humidor kind of thing, right? So the whole objective, I think, was to make sure that the product that you're putting in there is already at the humidity that you want to maintain. It's already been properly dried and cured. And I don't know. I think mistakes I made is maybe using the bigger packs too. I think they're supposed to be for 1 ounce bags. I used to put them in there and I felt like it was too much. So I bought these little ones. They say 8 gram, but I'm gonna throw them in my jar. And the jar holds a couple ounces, 3 sometimes.
So I put 2 of those in my jars when I'm after I've cured and kind of holding the humidity level.
Okay.
Of that size.
Yeah, that's my goal. I want to try to see.
I like all these answer. Long-term
Yeah.
storage, concentrate that shit.
Yeah, that's a great thing too. But I love flour, man.
I hear that, man. I will say
I
though,
do.
for long-term storage, if I have a lot of product on hand, I do a wash. I wash everything. In fact, I'm coming up on this weekend or next week. I'll be doing a wash.
From what I've seen, like some of the people who win, like cannabis cups and things like that are people who stored their weed for 6 months or longer. They're curing and storing it. So what's their technique? What are you doing? They must be able to keep their weed for a year if it's 6 months still at prime.
I said it before the show to you, a controlled environment controlled room is obviously the best bet. Most obvious, it's most expensive, but it is the sure bet.
Perp, you use the large, the big rectangular ones. Is that what that is? I think I don't remember what it says on the bag.
No, he's saying he's using the half-gallon jars.
Yeah, he uses a large in half-gallon jars. These are half-gallon jars, right?
The large, yeah, it's a half-gallon.
Okay, and then he's using the large Boveda packs, so the big ones. That's the ones that I found felt like it was almost too wet. Oh, what percentage Boveda packs are you guys buying? They make different ones too. There's like I'm not even gonna get into it. They're every level. I bought some 62s this time because I know I'm gonna be putting a smaller package in I think I would probably go for the 60 or 58 normally myself.
Nope,
but 62. I bought the 62.
62 is the one I've always used. It's
60 grams, I think. Okay. Yeah, I think
the size we have is for 15, if I'm not mistaken. That's a 15 gram pack.
Which one?
The one you
this
have.
One here? Yeah, this is 8. It says on it. It's just small. Oops.
It looks like a brick wall. There you go. Okay.
10 pack.
Now, what's that run you at your store?
I actually ordered it on Amazon. I know. I wanted it delivered. Oh, cheers, everyone.
Cheers. On cue. Yes. It looks like 62 is the very common answer here.
Okay, good. Well, I went for it this time.
Buds.
These were, I bought a 10 pack of those 8 grammers and I paid $20 for them.
Damn.
20 Canadian delivered. That's $2 each. That's not a bad investment.
For what they're doing, yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah. To get it to my door.
Everyone in
I
chat,
agree with you, Perp. 58. That's where I usually aim for 58. I bought the 62s because I figured I was putting a small pack in a big jar. I'm gonna cure these. They're all sitting around 60 to 62 right now. And they've been in jars for 2 to 3 days, depending on which ones they are. And I've opened them for a minute or so each day, maybe 5 minutes, just let air exchange inside and close them back up. And once they maintain a good 58% humidity, and I feel like they're at that crack You know, there's you know, when they're dry properly, I'll throw one of these and cured properly. I want to let the whole cure finish as well. So probably 2 weeks from now.
Nice. So what, you do a 2-month cure then, you're saying?
I mean, it's 2 months. No, it's like a month and a bit from before I like to smoke it, from the day I drop it, like chop it, to the day I smoke it.
Nice.
Yeah, 2 weeks of drying, 2 weeks curing at least.
Like ideally, I'll try to let mine sit for at least a month and a half in the jar before I even touch it.
I'll never get that long. I wish I could. Me rushing it is 2 weeks and 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I will pick an odd out of there just to see the flavor profile as it progresses. Because you know, every now and then you find when you like just that taste the way it is, and if you need to save it that way, either freeze it and wash it, or you get a friend to concentrate it for you, press it.
Yeah, it definitely changes flavors along the way. That happen a lot.
100%.
My MK changes a lot.
Like MK, I've had it in a while.
I'll see if someone can make its way to you. Let's see what it tastes like.
The one I get find locally is a Limelight. It's sour diesel crossed to MP Ultra. It's got a decent smoke.
So honestly, here's the sad part. I honestly don't even know if it's a real MK or if it's an MK Ultra. I'm pretty sure it's an MK Ultra because MK I don't think has the purples like this thing does. And then also the guy I got it from, so they're older growers, and so like back I know it's shitty, but in the early days everyone was growing the same cuts and everyone was naming them different names. It just happened. Okay, so I really, and this has been around that long, I've had it only for a shorter amount of time. So is it MK? Who knows? It's good Kush, I'll tell you that. So that's
it is a strain formerly known as MK.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat. That's right, Perp. That's right. Finish him.
Budbuster's yelling, round 2.
Yeah, round 2. So today I'm puffing on some of the Zelda Runs.
Ooh.
Yes. Yeah, I am. Green Goddess. The Zelda Runs really caught my eye during the grow. It didn't have like a huge smell. It just looked nice. But it's nice, like an old school Kush to me. It's sweet smelling in the jar. I can't describe the flavor on it yet. Give me some time. But I love it.
Nice. Nothing better than grow a strain that it turns out just perfect and exactly what you wanted.
Oh, I got so lucky. Ship, are you here, Ship? If you're not, you're gonna love this. I know that he usually enjoys the same profiles as I do. That cushy. It's got that earthy. It's a little OG. I wish camera could do some justice. Here's a little bit of it.
It's a little blurry.
Not even. Yeah, it's super blurry. It's not even cured yet either. Hold on, I'm gonna put the jar down so I can try to get a hand up there and see the difference. No, just looks like a brick wall. See my brick wall?
Yeah. How'd you put the brick through your hand?
I hate Zoom. A.
Cheers, Caribou.
A. Canadian.
Oh, Dave made it too. Cheers, buddy.
Good to see you, Dave. Good to see your name.
But yeah, I just started week 6 of my garden there. It's gonna be a run. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, let's pull it up. I have it right here.
Sweet.
Let's do it. start with that photo.
Hey, Thunder Dan, some of us are from the States, okay? We just assimilate it. But yeah, the garden just started week 6 and it's chugging along quite nicely.
Yeah.
Gotta take off some of the leaves the next couple days, clear out some space for some light, and have it going. It's the longest load time ever. My screen is just crapped out. There we go.
There we go.
Okay, so that's the wise
Yeah,
cam view.
this way. Little blurry. Let's go to the other one because you're going to see so much more. There
Oh, it's a
we go.
panoramic shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's filled in pretty nicely. Got some nice bud structure going on. The two plants I'm most excited for is the back left and the back right. The back left is the orange gasm, and the back
left first. Okay, is it those back there, or is it that one up in the front here?
It's the one that right by the pole you can barely see. I hate to say it.
Yeah. Okay. I see what you're talking about. Yeah, it doesn't have that pointy top to it. Then it's much different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see the one. It's right there. Yeah, it's this one.
Yes, it's stacking up nicely. The bud size of them are currently, as it stands, three fingers width, so it's going to be a nice run for those ones. And the shredder in the back right is just stacking incredibly well. It's got a nice pungent smell to it. It's sweet, but it's like a dumpster fire, if that makes sense.
A delicious dumpster fire.
Yeah, it really. Homeless person's dream right there. What it is.
It's looking good though, Schwab.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I got to take off the
nicely.
excess leaves, and I'm starting to get some yellowing in the Scarlet Begonias, which is front, the front of the page, the third cola from the right. You see, it's starting to get a little bit yellowing, and the golden goat needs to get raised up. Like I've been saying the entire grow, but I put a milk crate in there.
Last round, same thing. Remember, they were really short.
But last run, they were both the same size in the front, so I tilted my light down to get it closer.
Yeah.
This time, it's the only one low, and everything else is right up there.
Looking good.
Week
6, starting week 6.
Starting week 6.
All right, and a lot of these are long runners.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think? Are you gonna go? You're gonna go more than 10 weeks, probably, right?
I'm probably aiming for 11, 12.
Wow.
So probably just hit the halfway point.
That's some patience, man. I want to take everything down after 8. I go 9 because I don't. I know
be
it's
one or two plants coming
difference.
down at week 9. Week 10 we'll probably have 2 or 3 more plants, and then week 11, 12 is where I finish it up. All in all, there's 11 plants in there, 1 gallons.
Yeah, you're lucky you get to move them to different spot to dry.
Yeah, I just have a little bit of extra play with that. Makes it easier though.
Changer. Super cool.
Oh yeah. Cheers, Boom.
Cheers, Boom.
Oh, I'm in top chat every time I log on. My God.
You might have missed some more. Well, no, you've been seeing most people. So if anyone wants to jump in, the link's up top. Password G4S. Go ahead, hop on. We're gonna hit another hoot right now.
You can. I am stuck in my bedroom.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. I'm gonna commentate. He brings the glass shaft up to his lips.
Dancing lady.
He strikes the flint. He inhales so slowly. I'm just jealous. Let's be honest. I wish I could sit here and have a puff and hang on the camera, but yeah. My missus would murder me.
Yeah. It's too bad that your interwebbing sucks, because do a show from outside in the summer.
I could probably do it. Like, we're changing the providers here coming up. And Dave, that was pure gold.
I missed it.
Said Schwoob, you can grow some plants, but where is that damn mustache? I'm blonde, but I can't help it. I'm gonna make a mole rat.
That's funny.
Streamline. Give me the water.
Me neither.
Take your
That's as
ass any day.
mustache as I get. Like a French Canadian mustache. That's what you call that. Oui.
I'm not even gonna touch it. I'm not even gonna you set it up there. I'm just backing away from the bat. No.
Come on. It's funny.
Can't do it.
Oh,
Can't do it.
shit.
The show will be flagged.
That'd be cool if you could get an outdoor reception though. Sit outside and
Yep.
do a show.
Yeah, we're just changing from Bell to Fido. Increase the speed, better service, and half the cost. Who would have thought?
Yeah, you get stuck. That happens to me. You're using a provider and you just forget there's other people and you kind of just use them. And you're like, wait a minute, I should check and see if there's like better deals.
Yep. Well, we flip around a little bit, but last little while we don't even watch cable anymore, and it's part of the package.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so let's just ditch the cable. And then we looked at the price of the internet, and it's like we're paying $120 a month for internet. I was like, okay, well, let's look around. Fido had a better option for $70 a month. Like, done.
Done. Yeah. No, we got rid of our cable last year, I think.
Oh, nice. Perp, she's doing better. She's doing better. Thanks for asking, buddy. I appreciate it. And since kid number 3, man, I'm gonna be honest, far and few between.
Yeah.
Almost debating head checking, hiking some heel up there, so we can catch a ride.
That's great. That's fucking great. Well, what's the plan with your garden? We got week 6. You think you're gonna do stagger chops? And these are
Now's where the feed gets annoying because the feed slightly changes per plant.
Yeah, because some of them are gonna go longer than the others, and oh my gosh, yeah.
So what I've generally been doing is about week 6, I've already cut up Kelmeg. And I started dropping back my nitrogen drastically. But because there's ones that would take a little bit longer, I'm gonna try and do a half feed of those ones for like half dose of nitrogen I'm giving currently, just to keep it going a little bit. And then the ones that I'm gonna be chopping soon will get no nitrogen.
Yep.
So essentially I'm gonna be there with a bunch of little measuring cups with all different feeds and labeled, and hope I don't mix them up.
Yes, that's a little annoying, but it's honestly important if they're not coming down at the same time to do that. That's
Exactly.
again why the reason I do it the way I do it. I just said, screw it. Everyone's getting the same thing. You're going till the end, and it's not optimal, but I'm a home grower. Yeah, I know. I didn't want to say them out loud. I just read them in my mind.
Aldi's is the best.
Yeah.
He wins the internet for the day.
That's great.
Say what you will. Joe Dirt lived the life he wanted. Thought he was his own man, and you know what? End up with the hot chick at the end of it.
Yeah.
I'm already halfway there. I got the hot chick.
Yeah. No cable in over 10 years. Yeah. You know what, Perp? I fucking had it like as if it was like a crutch. Just used to like, throw TV on. No, we don't have it anymore. But I did buy this box that I think I paid $80 for the box, and then $100 for a year subscription. And I get everything, every channel, every pay-per-view, everything on Prime, Amazon, Hulu, you name it, it's on there. You just search it, you find it. Yeah. And I can get cable for Canada, US, UK.
It's pronounced Dirte.
Yeah, Dirty. You got to change your last name from Shwooby Doo to Shwooby Dirt. Shwooby Dirt.
I can't help it. It fit the role.
Yeah, Perp. It's a cheater box of some sort.
It's not a cheater box if you're paying for it.
Yeah, I paid for it. It's a subscription.
It's not a cheater box. You pay a subscription. It's just a kick-ass option.
No, it's not through my cable company. It's a cheater box. It's a box separate.
No, it's not through your cable company, but you're paying a subscription to somebody.
To someone who's using, I'm sure, some sort of system.
There's a proxy server. You really, streaming from Russia.
Yeah, who knows? It works awesome. Yeah, I love it.
Don't try and church it up, Shwoo.
I don't know. He's pretty churchy.
I mean, I walk in there, I might combust in the
Maybe they
flames.
meant to say change it up.
No, he's saying it cleaned up for church.
Oh, that's great. Good place for some ketchup. What's wrong with ketchup? Oh.
I love this. I love this.
Yeah, me too. Me too. You guys are fantastic.
You know your real friends when.
Yeah.
Fake friends say nice things to your face. Real friends just talk shit.
They're all cheaters. All deep.
Oh. I take it back. There's the winning comment for the day.
Yeah. Same person too.
Yeah. Undefeated champ.
You can't compete against yourself. It's not fair. That's really funny though.
It's a good comment when you're texting your wife saying, check the live feed now.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Well, I got a bunch of crap going in my veg. I am gonna cut that Liberation OG out I told you earlier. Not my style. I described it to you like this. I said, if I can't even get excited about the smell of it, it's not gonna do anything for me when I smoke it anyway.
Yeah.
I won't like it. So I got more seeds, luckily. So I'm gonna pop something else because you know how it is. Could be just a pheno, right?
Yeah.
So it's definitely worth pursuing them. But this one I have is good.
Hopefully you find what you're looking for, man.
Yeah.
Like I know the first couple of times, there's certain strains I've popped. Scarlet Begonias. I went through 3 different phenols of that before I found one I actually was half decent. And even now I'm still thinking I'm gonna get rid of it. So it's
Yeah, there you go. I've been told that this has the from 2 other people, well, one from the breeder, but one from someone else who grew it. And I didn't ask, I was just talking about it, and this person was like, oh, and it was Bob. Rasta Bob, right?
Yeah.
So he was like, it's a true representation of a good Kush. He said it really comes across as something cushy. And that's what I was looking for. I didn't get that with this, and
Well,
it didn't
no,
grow like a Kush. It doesn't.
Here's a question I propose. Do you think that his true definition of Kush and your true definition of Kush will be different just based on geological location and timelines in which you came across those strains?
I hope not.
I think they would be.
I mean, I'd hope not, because I feel like Kush is a thing of its own.
I understand that, but think about it this way. You're in high school, you come across a strain that someone says Kush, you smoke it, now that's what you think Kush is.
Right.
Despite. So
right.
what I'm saying is like,
what do you feel is Kush?
Well, that's just it. It's like, do you go based on what you buy on like a pre-roll that's what your taste is and that's what's supposed to be Kush? Or
I
do you
go
based
like,
on
I
what you
mean,
grow?
I've been, so
someone else
for
grew it?
myself, I know I'm judging myself. So how does that work? But I mean, I've been smoking weed for,
I'm going on 16 years. Like
I started when I was 12. Okay.
That's aggressive.
I've been smoking weed every day since I've been about 16 or 17.
Okay.
All right. And that's not a joke, every day. And I'm 40. So I've been smoking for a while. And I started working I didn't grow my own. I was never in charge of anything, but I was a trimmer and I was a transplanter, and I helped people starting when I was 19. And I did that till I was, I don't know, 26.
Weeks ago.
No, 24, maybe 24. It wasn't that long. 24, about that age. And then I stopped and got out of it, and but I've been smoking still the whole time. So BC Kush, I know I know Canadian Kush. Is it the same as what everyone else is smoking? I don't know. But yeah,
Like in all honesty, if I think I'm gonna get a true representation, and I hate to say true representation for just for me though, of what a certain strain is, I'm gonna go to a cannabis cup,
mhm,
and actually see from there. Because
mhm.
at that point, I feel those people would have a better, not maybe not personally better understanding, but they have a better understanding of that strain. They've grown it, and they can hopefully tell me the lineage going
Yeah,
there, and that's what
yeah.
I'm based
So
off.
that's the problem. And like I said to you before, all these people who used to grow in the '90s and the early 2000s and stuff, they were all growing the same strains and naming them different names.
Yeah.
So what's what? I know it's definitely cushy. It's definitely a well-known Kush in this area. If you were to give it to anyone, you smell the bag, you look at it, you could look at it from a distance and you know it's Kush. Um, but that's to you're right, to my demographic, to my knowledge, to you know,
Yeah.
um, yeah. What do you? What's your experience in Kush? Like, what do you see? I see two different types of Kush too, because I think of a sweet Kush and I think of a gassy Kush. I know there's two to me.
Okay, so I've had BC Big Bud Kush.
Yeah,
For me, that is a sweet
and
floral aroma.
okay,
Bud structure is top colors are usually big, heavy structure, but as it gets lower, it's circular nugs, like
yeah, and
consistently.
dense,
Yes, like little
beautiful.
pebbles. You can put them in a slingshot and knock someone out with.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing. With the I'm gonna put quotations around this. The American Kush that I've been introduced to, I'm gonna say it's got a very, very heavy, and as you'd say, gas, but it still has a floral to it. It's almost like a tea floral. Like if you take a tea bag and smell it,
Hmm.
yeah, that's where I'm gonna go for my Kush, and that's what I've been brought up with. Like that's
So
like
I, in my perception is I get the um. Okay, so I'm gonna break it down into uh three very prominent types of cushions that I've had around my lifestyle, my lifetime. Um, a Bubba Kush, and if you've been in BC and you know what Bubba, everyone knows what it is. Um, I get the sweeter, earthier. It's heavy weed, Bubba Kush, and then we get the Master, or which I feel maybe OG leaning. Um, more. I, I don't know. It's more gassy. It's doesn't have the sweetness to it, but it has the earthy still. Like I sometimes you're smoking it and it's like dirt. Oh, it's like a nice
yeah.
flavor. Um, and then the pink Kush that's around here and very well known. It's it's pretty close to the Bubba, really, in my thought. Maybe not as sweet.
I will say from the Bubba to the pink, I've noticed, and it could just be the plants I've grown, but the pink Kush has more of a pointed top versus as the Bubba is more of a rounded.
Oh, look here, Boom's saying BC Kush ain't the rest of the world's Kush.
Yeah.
And he says the pink from Montreal is worlds different from BC pink. I
Yep.
never smoked the pink from Montreal, but I Boom probably knows, and I know where about Boom's coming from. Honestly, it's like a weed capital for our area,
Yep.
right? I've probably smoked all of the same stuff that he smoked because it travels in this area a lot.
Yep.
Um, even cuts and everything. So he he's probably got the exact same profile that I would have,
Now
or would know it.
you keep bringing up OG Kush. Are you talking overgrown Kush? The one
No,
which okay, you're talking the
O,
actual
OG.
yeah.
Usually smaller nugs. You like you talked about. That's the gassy one. That's the American. That's what I would call the American Kush.
Okay.
Mhm.
Because I was gonna say if you come to the point where like the overgrown, I'm not sure if people are familiar with that. I don't know if you guys are. one of the original cannabis forums. They sent Kush around to a bunch of the thread followers, and they actually all have their own variation of it, and they've all done a little bit of work with it. So there's gonna be a variance from that OG Kush like throughout, depending which person you got it from and what phenotype it is, and what I understand when I say it's a cutting, but it's in a different phenotype because it's
So
going to have a different environment.
Here's what's funny. So when I say OG Kush, I mean like an SF, like a San Fernando Valley OG, SFV OG, right? So what I'm saying when I say that too, though, it's from the research that I've looked into, and then I kind of stopped because it got so confusing and nobody really knew the truth. They're all the same cut. Everyone is smoking the same OGs, and they got named different names when they got moved. The San Fernando Valley OG is the same as someone else's OG, is the same as someone else's OG. They're all the same cuts, just the big names named it something else.
Yeah.
And moved it in their group of people. That's why I call it the American Kush OG. I feel like it's way different than the Canadian one that I've grown up on. I'm a big fan of it though. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. That's why I'm so happy with this Zelda Run. So I feel like I've got the structure. It's not really gassy. It's sweet, but earthy. Very OG-ish to me. No, more not OG, more I guess just a sweet Kush. I don't know. It's not finished curing yet either. So let's see.
I wonder if as it finishes curing, it's more of a gas appeal will come to it.
I hope so. But right now it's super sweet.
Because I've noticed personally with certain strains that I have that are sweeter in smells, as if they cure, the gas comes out. Like that AK39 I work with, it's starts off sweet, but when it's done curing, it's 100% diesel. D420K.
Super stony. Nice. Thick pink Kush is floral sweet. Death Bubba, earthy sweet. OG gas. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. When you say Death Bubba, I think of any kind of Bubba Kush, right? Yeah. Earthy sweet. OG. Yeah.
Like this is
Kush
weird.
Gas. Yeah.
For like the pink, if I close my eyes and I smell a bag of pink Kush, I think I'm walking through like a meadow of flowers.
Yeah.
If
That's
I smell
why
the Bubba, I'm walking through the
sweet,
woods.
right? Yeah.
Like a musky woods. Like that's it's weird to think, but that's how I would describe it.
Yeah. That's my favorite.
The woods or the flower metal.
The woods, the earthy sweet is my jam.
See, if I have earthy, I don't want the sweet with it.
Oh, I love it.
No, I want like earthy and gas. That's where I'm happy with. If it's sweet, I want it sweet and spicy.
I love the sweet smell, earthy taste.
Different strokes for different folks.
Exactly. Right. And that's why I said, when I said to you, I can tell honestly right now, as soon as I open the jar of Liberation OG, I'm like, yeah, I'm probably going to give it away. That's how I feel about it. I will, just when friends come over, I'll be like, here, take a little bit, that kind of thing. Or,
well, Shippy's address, my address. I'm willing to try it for you.
Yeah, it's a small amount, so.
So we had 13 votes on the poll on Movida packs. Do you use them? 53% said yes, and 46% said no. So now what we should have had added in the poll is, do you use them to rehydrate or just to maintain the humidity? Probably the next one.
Yep. Yeah, we can do that next time. Yeah. I'm going to try it in a different process this time. We'll see.
Uncle Rick did make a comment earlier in the show about for long-term storage of cannabis and using it as a Canatrol humidor box.
Okay.
It's just same thing as a cigar humidor, but it's just designed for cannabis.
So check one out.
I'm not sure what size they're coming. I've heard them before. I've seen them in High Times and Skunk Magazine. So
I know we talked about it briefly on a show, and you and I talked about it. Those new bags that are out.
They now sell them at the local hydroponic store. I'm picking some.
What are they called again?
Grove.
Grove.
Grove. Grove.
Grove. Right. Apparently, you can dry rate them, or just cure it?
You just cure it. They say they can be a little bit on the wet side, and they'll let some moisture out. But if you put fresh weed in there and seal it up, it will not go well. It will mold.
Okay. Okay, good.
I'm
I
warning
was
you
gonna
now.
say, because that's this is
Disclaimer.
yeah. Don't put wet weed in the bag unless it's paper. Even then, be careful.
So what I plan to do is actually try and get a vacuum sealer and a heat press or heat sealer as well, and vacuum seal, heat seal it, and long-term storage that way.
Mhm.
Just do like a half ounce bag and see what it turns out as.
I have a vacuum sealer. It makes a big difference. Actually, vacuum seal and put in the fridge even makes it last quite a long time.
Yeah, exactly. So
I don't like to freezer it. I feel like when it dries out, or when you bring it out back to room temperature,
I'm always worried when I put weed in the freezer that I'm gonna wash it, because that's where I put all the wash stuff, and I just see him. There he goes. Oh no. Yeah. So it's
yeah. I'll probably wash it too.
exactly.
Cold enough. Let's wash it.
Just
I have to do a wash, man. I got bags. It's taking up a lot of space.
I hate to say it. I had a shit ton of my freezer probably about a month and a half ago, and I just ditched it.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, I'm never gonna get to wash all this. Whoop.
No. Yeah. Do
Now
the
I had a
fresh one.
fire in the fire pit, and it smelled lovely for blocks. But hey,
Yeah. That's funny. Oh crap. That would
works like a
be
charm.
messy.
Well, I'd rather do it that way than actually throw out my trash bags and to dump, because I do understand the bags hold some smell, but people walking by, garbage pickers, they're gonna know you grow weed. I don't need that.
Yeah, no, don't want to do that. I am after by next week I should have everything trimmed up, and it should be sort of at the dry enough point that I'll scale it up and see. I want to kind of see what I ran to.
That makes sense.
Right, that's the trick, right? Perp, and like don't even touch it.
Yeah.
I guess we should say that out loud. Perp saying if you're gonna freeze the weed for long periods of time, in the experience of Rasta Bob, he said just make sure that you, after you pull it out, to allow it to come to room temperature before you open it or anything. And I think that stops the moisture mess from happening in
Yeah,
there.
condensation buildup.
Yeah, as well, you don't want to touch it too much because it'll be frozen. You'll crumple it and crinkle it, right?
Yep.
Smush it all into powder.
So Zoli, I have 3 cats, and there's always cat litter in my box. Trust me, it still smells like weed. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, that's the Canadian way. They even my ACMPR license, they tell you to mix it in cat litter and
yeah, do it that way. I
Yeah.
just burn it in the fire pit. Done with it.
throw it in the garbage.
The stalks I'll
try
throw
to
in the
process it all.
composter and fertilize it down.
Yeah, I try to compost it, bring it out, and do something with it. I don't want
I mean, in a perfect world, I'd have a worm bin. I'd take the scraps of cannabis, throw in there. The worms are breaking down. I'd feed it back to the plants.
Yeah.
But the wife hates worms, so
Yeah.
One day, we're getting there.
All right, everyone. So that's basically it for this week's show. We will get together again next week with some updates. We'll see Schwoob's garden. I still won't really have much going on, but we'll take a look at my veg, see how that is.
Pardon?
Yeah, it'll suck up the moisture like a sponge. That's right. So yeah, thanks everyone for stopping in. Cut me off again. Make sure you drop a like and check out the other shows on tonight. Caribou's on tonight. Uncle Rick on tomorrow.
Cheers,
Let's
Raptors.
be buds. Check them out. Check out Michigan Grows. Check out everybody else. And cheers.
Even Fumie.
Oh, cheers, Raptor.
Just snuck in between Michael classes.
That's awesome. Thanks for stopping in, bud. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.